Inside the Magic, covering Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, and more. This video is sponsored by our friends at WDW Magazine.
Hello, it is Sean Spazzato, staff reporter and videographer at Inside the Magic, reporting to you from Disney's Magic Kingdom for this week's Inside Walt Disney World. Before I continue, I just want to say to anyone who is new to our channel, welcome. Inside the Magic is your home for everything theme park related, whether that is Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, Orlando, and Hollywood. If that is something that interests you, please be sure to subscribe, and also please be sure to enable your notifications as well. But yeah, so I guess before I start today's episode, I just want to thank you guys all for joining me, of course. And I also want you guys to just sit back and relax and enjoy this look around Walt Disney World this week.
Our tour begins here in this gallery. Here where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everyone. There's no turning back now.
Now please step away from each and every wall. And everyone gather tightly in the dead center of the room. Please move in as far as you can, everyone, within all the dead space.
Almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? early. The real chill struck later. As they say, and will continue on.
Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Goblins and ghoulies from last Halloween, awaken the spirits with your tambourine.
I know. Gymnastics, really. Gymnastics, anything in the world. All right, 99 math gymnastics walk into the bar. Bartenders say, no, I don't serve math gymnastics in this bar. Get out. And the math gymnastics say, you don't serve math gymnastics? Well, that doesn't add up. Chalk it up to our bad luck.
Yeah! For my next stop, I am now obviously in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and I'm actually on Sunset Boulevard. And if you can't tell, behind me are some window displays of some of the different shopping centers here. But I'm here essentially to talk about the citizens of Hollywood. And for those of you who maybe have never visited Disney's Hollywood Studios before, they are essentially these performers that kind of walk around the street of Sunset Boulevard, and they do like these fun, like quirky little cute like skits, and I don't want to say they make fun of people, but they kind of just like casually go up to people and maybe make, you know, nice little jokes about them. Well, anyway, I'm here to kind of talk about them in I guess a sad way, because unfortunately there has been some rumors that these performers are kind of getting cut back, and in fact some of them, specifically several of them, are kind of being let go, and there's been reports that there's going to be less and less performers here in the park. Now the first time this had kind of been reported on, it was back in 2016, and that was the first time there had been any reports of any of these performers kind of being cut back, and so it's kind of interesting to hear that they're doing this again. Now specifically, I don't know exactly how many performers are going to be cut, but I do know that already several have been cut. For those of you who don't know, these performers have been around since the beginning of the park, back in 1989. So it is kind of sad to think that these performers would ultimately be cut from the park, because they're such an integral part of the park. They've literally been here since the very beginning. So I just wanted to give you guys some insight on what's happening with this situation. Well, of course, if any news breaks from Disney or anyone else, I will of course update you guys on that information. But I just wanted to share with you guys some kind of bittersweet, sad news about what's been going on with the citizens of Hollywood. For my next stop, I am now back outside of Pixar Place, which you guys might remember from last week's episode if you do follow the series every week. But I'm not here to talk about Pixar Place. I'm actually here to talk about Walt Disney Presents. And for those of you who don't know, Walt Disney Presents is kind of like a museum/theater area that features a bunch of information about Walt Disney's history with the Walt Disney Company and some of his first pieces of animation and his first films and shorts, and it's kind of this whole museum that's enshrined to him, which is pretty amazing. And within this section of the park, there's also different attractions, and one new attraction that just premiered is a sneak preview of Disney's coming The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, which is this new movie that is premiering in theaters November 2nd. And in celebration of this movie, Disney has brought this extended sneak preview to the parks that's exclusive to Walt Disney Presents here in Disney's Hollywood Studios. And it features a bunch of extra footage and extended scenes from the film that can only be seen in the parks. And it's kind of just like this special treat for guests who are really excited for this coming movie. I personally am kind of excited to see it. I know it stars Mackenzie Foy, Keira Knightley, and a bunch of other stars. For those of you who aren't familiar with Mackenzie Foy, she is kind of newer to the acting scene. She first premiered in, I think it was Breaking Dawn. She played Renesmee, and then she was also in the 2014 film Interstellar. So she's kind of new to, you know, the movie scene. But for those who are interested, though, definitely be sure to come out here before the film premieres. I believe when the film premieres November 2nd, that is when this extended short preview will be leaving the park. So definitely get here while you still can. It's definitely something to see, again, if you are someone who is a fan of this coming movie, and even Keira Knightley for that reason. You can also catch this extended short preview as well in Disney California Adventure at the Sunset Showcase Theater. And while I'm here, I also have to update you guys about the StarLord and Groot meet and greet that also used to take place here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And I say used to because unfortunately this attraction just left the park. In fact, it actually just left the park last week on September 29th. That was the final day guests to Disney's Hollywood Studios good pose with StarLord and Groot for their special intergalactic meet and greet that took place here in the parks. This attraction first became available here at Hollywood Studios back in May of 2017. It was actually released right around the time of the new Guardians of the Galaxy. I believe it was, of course, the last one, the second edition of the film series. And I guess now that it has closed, of course, they're going to rework, though, this same area, and it's going to be turned into a Monsters University / Monsters Inc. meet and greet, and you'll get to meet Mike and Sully from Monsters Inc., which is also a lot of fun and really cool as well. I know for those of you who actually got to do the StarLord and Groot meet and greet, it was actually pretty cool. Groot, it was not, of course, a real Groot. It was like a little, I guess, robotic machine Groot, and he would interact with guests. It was just like this fun, I guess, interactive, cool thing that you could do here, especially if you were a fan of the film. And then, of course, you could also meet StarLord, and there was this really cool set, and I think it was just a really neat space, especially if you were someone who was a fan of the films and an enthusiast for it. It's unfortunate, though, that it is gone. It's strange to me that the attraction only lasted a year and a few months. I know usually meet and greets here at the Walt Disney World parks sometimes are around for years. I know some of the original princesses, the Disney princesses to be exact, have been here forever. I know this is, of course, a Marvel franchised film, and so that potentially could be the reason why they are switching this out. And I do understand that a Pixar film, especially one as beloved as, Monsters University and Monsters Inc., definitely could, I could see that definitely taking the place, and that makes sense to me. Now, for those of you who cannot wait to meet Mike and Sully, unfortunately, you do have a little bit of time. They're not going to be premiering here in the parks until January of 2019. So, yeah, that's a little ways out from right now. I guess some information about them. They did actually used to have a meet and greet here in the parks back in 2016. A little bit before that, they used to be over by the Backlot Studio Tour, and once construction began on Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, they were unfortunately replaced. But of course now they are coming back, so I guess in that light it is kind of positive. But unfortunately we did in the process lose StarLord and Groot. For my next stop, I am now outside of Amorette's Patisserie at Disney Springs in Walt Disney World. Now, for those of you who have never heard of Amorette's Patisserie, it's essentially that, a patisserie. So it features baked goods, cakes, different types of milkshakes and drinks and other amazing sweet things that you want to sample when you are walking around Disney Springs. And I'm here, of course, for my favorite part of any Inside Walt Disney World trip, which is my snack break. And for today's snack break, I'm sampling the Mickey Macaroon. And this Mickey Macaroon is a special macaroon because it's actually created in part for the coming Halloween season. And so as you look at it, you'll kind of see that the macaroon looks like that of a jack-o'-lantern, and it's really cute. It's of course an orange macaroon, like similar to that of a jack-o'-lantern, and then it also features these two little chocolate circles that serve as, of course, the Mickey ears. And then it also features a pumpkin spice flavoring with also a hint of caramel as well to kind of add to that sweetness. And this sweet will run you about almost $6 with tax. Honestly, it's closer to $6 after everything, but I just want to talk about it really quick as it was something that I did try for the first time today. Now, if you are someone who enjoys macaroons, this is definitely a nice take on a macaroon. It's super sweet. The pumpkin spice flavoring is definitely prevalent when you're actually sampling this sweet. You can definitely taste it. I wouldn't say so much of the caramel. I'll say that it's there, but I won't say it's as noticeable as the pumpkin spice flavoring. For the price, I do think it is a pretty good sweet, as it is larger than that of a normal macaroon. Although, of course, it's not super massive for a macaroon. But overall, I think it's definitely just something fun and sweet to sample when you are walking around Disney Springs. I personally did enjoy it very much, and I could say that I'm a little biased as I do enjoy a good macaroon, and so maybe for that reason, that's why I did enjoy it so much. But I don't know, I guess it's up to you. If you are someone who enjoys macaroons, I definitely say to give this one a try. Even if you just try it once, I still think you will enjoy it, even if it's not something you come back for every time you're back at the Springs. For my next stop, I am now outside of the void in Walt Disney World's Disney Springs, and you can kind of see it You can see it behind me. I'm sorry, it's raining, so I have to use my umbrella. Well, anyway, for those of you who don't know what even the Void is essentially a Star Wars VR experience here in Disney Springs. And what's so special about this experience, because this actually did premiere last winter, but I'm here today to talk to you about the fact that coming this fall, this experience will be reworked into a Wreck-It Ralph edition. And so now there hasn't been, and let me just start by saying I don't really have a lot of details about this experience, as Disney has kind of kept their mouths pretty tight with any information about this new experience, other than the fact that it's going to feature a bunch of animated characters. That'll be Vanellope, Wreck-It Ralph himself, and essentially what Disney has said is that guests are going to be able to experience this new interactive world inside of the Wreck-It Ralph film, like movies, and it's going to be themed to everything you see in the films. And now, of course, I don't really have a release date for this experience. Unfortunately, the only release date I have is for the film, which is November 21st. But other than that, all I know is that this new experience will be taking over the Void here in Disney Springs this coming fall. So as any releases become available and I get new information, I will of course be sure to share it with you guys first and foremost. And of course, you can also always see updates on all of these experiences at Walt Disney World on our website at insidethemagic.net. But for right now, I did just want to talk about it because it just sounds like such an incredible experience. I personally have not experienced the Void, but I have done VR experiences in the past, and I think technology has come so far with anything that's immersive and VR oriented. And so the fact that they're doing this just seems so incredible, and I honestly am so curious. I'm probably gonna have to try it out myself. Admission to the Void already is $29.99, so my best guess is that this new experience will probably be the same amount, although I can't confirm nor deny that. But so yeah, if you're someone who enjoys Wreck-It Ralph, be sure to keep following along with me and with Inside the Magic as we continue to look for this new experience and any new information or details that will be announced by Disney hopefully soon. Again, it kind of already is the fall, so I'm assuming more information about this experience can only be coming hopefully in the sometime near future. Now, before, of course, I sign off all the way, I just want to leave you guys with one last special treat, which is a look at all of the special fall decorations here at Disney Springs, which I hope you enjoy in this cute little montage that I put together for you guys. At least I think it's cute. Alright, it is now that time again to end this week's Inside Walt Disney World. For those of you who made it this far into the video, I greatly appreciate you so much. It truly means the world to me and everyone at Inside the Magic. Again, if you are new to Inside the Magic, please be sure to subscribe and to turn on your notifications for all of our videos so you do not miss out on any of the fun that we would like to share with you guys. Again, we cover everything Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, Orlando, and Hollywood. But again, thank you so much. And for Inside the Magic, I'm Sean Sposato. See you guys next time.